Hi guys, welcome back to my jikoni. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this delicate, delicious vitumbuas, vibibi, and mkate wa sinia. In short, rice cakes, pancakes, and rice pops. A good gluten-free alternative. So let's start. We'll start by making one batter for all the three. So rice is the main ingredient. I'll use 2 cups of rice. Thoroughly wash them. I wash them around 3 times until the water is clear. So just repeat the process until your rice is clean. As you can see, it's now really clean, and I'll just give it a final rinse and then add in more water. We're going to soak this overnight because we want the rice to be very soft for the next process. Cover this and let it sit overnight if you can, but a minimum of 4 hours. The next morning, this is how my rice looks. It has almost doubled in size, and look at how white it is right now. I want to show you something. It's very soft. You can actually use a kinu, a pestle and mortar to get what I want, but we have a blender, guys, so no more hard work. Anyway, this is our ingredients: rice, of course, yeast, we have coconut cream, cardamoms, sugar, and coconut milk. I like using coconut milk, but you can use the second cup of the second coconut after pressing. Add in your rice in your blender, then go in with sugar. For 2 cups, I'm using half a cup of sugar, but if you're a sweet tooth, you can use 1 cup or more. Go in with the other ingredients, cardamom and yeast, then add in your coconut cream and milk. The ratio of rice to coconut milk is 1:1. So if you're using 1 cup of rice, you'll use 1 cup of coconut milk and cream in total. So that's half and half. If you're using 2, you get the drift. So we don't want it to be very watery. That's why we're keeping the ratio 1:1. Once everything is in your blender, blend away. After a few minutes of blending, I confirmed to check if it's where we want it. We want it very fine. You can do a spoon test or you can do the finger test. You just swipe away and try to feel if you can feel anything, any lumps. We want it to be very fine, so this is not yet ready. I'll close it and then continue blending. After our second blend, this is how it looks. It's now ready. As you can see, it's very smooth, nothing, no lumps. This is what you want. Ensure please that you really blend until you don't feel any lumps. Now that you're satisfied with how it has blended, we'll transfer this into our bowl and allow this to proof. Cover this in an airtight environment or jar. I am using cling film. Then I'll let it proof for around 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the temperature, but maybe a little bit longer if it's a bit cold. This took a little bit longer, but 1 hour 30 minutes later, my butter has doubled in size. As you can see, just look at that. I always live for this moment. I like seeing how the active yeast just reacts. Look at this. I hope you'll be able to see. Just a moment. This is how you know the yeast is alive. And it's actually alive, but anyway. Once you have proofed your dough, just give it a good mix. Mix it up until it's a bit smooth, because now it's a bit foamy due to the rising. Look at how creamy and thick it is. Now let's go to the cooking. We're going to start with the pancakes. If you're using a non-stick pan, you will not need any oil. Just pour in your butter according to how big or small you want them to be. Then cover them a little, and then after a few seconds or a minute or so, on low heat, just flip it. Look at that. It's so beautiful. I really like this. Now just repeat the process until you're done. But if you don't have a non-stick pan, don't be alarmed. Just put a little bit of oil and then cook your pancakes. They'll still come out perfectly and you'll really enjoy it. If you're using oil, don't use more than a teaspoon because you'll really not need much. This is a perfect way to measure. Just put in a little bit of oil on a kitchen towel, then dab your pan and continue cooking. I assure you, your pancakes will not stick. One butter for all our recipes in this video. We're going to our next item, which is our vitumbua or rice cake pops. We're going to add a little bit of oil in all the holes and then fill in your butter 3/4 full. Don't fill up until the holes are full, just 3/4 will do. Then allow them to cook for a while. Once the edges are cooked, you can start flipping them. I like using this skewer because it's easier. You can use a spoon or a fork. You just need to toss it. It's like you're pushing outwards and above. So you see, down you're like swiping along the corners of the hole from the bottom. Perfect every single time. Repeat the process until vitumbuas are done. Ensure you cook both sides evenly until they're nice and golden. They have this nice caramelization or just a nice color. Then you can remove them and repeat the process until you're done. Now let's go on to our last item on this video. We'll start with a hot sufuria. Add in 1 tablespoon of your preferred cooking oil. I'm using a little bit of butter. Then add in our butter, the one we prepared. Cover it and let it cook for around 5 to 10 minutes on really low heat. Once this is done, let's toss it in the oven. This is already ready, but I want the top part to be caramelized or have a nice golden color. I'll put it on low heat, top heat from the oven, not the bottom one, or you'll have a burnt cake. Then yeah, just around 5 minutes to have the top golden. Look at this, it's nice and soft. I'll leave this to cool for a while so that it's easy to handle and transfer. It comes off the sufuria really nice and easy, as you can see, and very soft as well. If you want, you can brush the top with a little bit of butter or your preferred oil, and then let's cut through it and have a look. Now look at how soft and fluffy the pancakes are. Just amazing. We really enjoyed this, and the simplicity just makes everything simple, and it's also healthy. Look at the vitumbuas as well, soft and very pillowy. Oh, this is heaven. This is heaven. And they slap with afternoon tea. And this is our cake. I don't want to call it cake, but it's still like a rice cake. Mkate wa sinia, and it's very, very delicious as well. You can serve this with your tea or a nice cup of fresh juice, and it's just beautiful. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, drop a like if you can, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!